It's the final 9, the back 9 of the MP40 division at the 2022 Tim Selinske U.S. Masters Disc Golf Championships, a PDGA major here in Quad Cities. We're playing the Camden 2 layout. And we have just had a change at the top of the MP40 division. As of the 9th hole, Brad Schick takes the outright lead by 1 over Dutch Napier. Alan Wagner just one more shot behind. And Tyler Horne also in the mix. We're at hole 10, a par 3, 305 feet, an ace run if there ever was one, because you can get really aggressive here at the 10th. It's a downhill hole with the basket placed on the uphill other side of the ravine, so the ground acting as a backstop. Players can be as aggressive as they want to be and go straight at this basket. Here is Tyler Horne. Illustrating my point perfectly right off of the logs at the base of the basket. Brad Schick showing that you can be aggressive and the disc can still come to rest well within inside the circle. Well within inside the circle? Sure, I'll go with that. Solid drive from Alan Wagner. And Dutch right over the top of the basket. Everybody in pretty good shape here at the 10th. Not the easiest hole statistically on the course, but one of the easiest, to be sure. Playing an average of about 7/10 of a stroke under par for the field. Alan, the first to birdie here on the lead card. Tyler Horne in the bottom of the basket for birdie. Now Brad, kind of an awkward stance here, way up there. It's the kind of putt I certainly don't practice very much because I can't think off the top of my head of a basket within 100 miles or so of me that is on such a sloping green. Dutch completes the star frame. The 11th is the shortest hole on the course at just 183 feet. Sort of like you start with the upshot here at the 11th. Make no mistake though, it's got its challenges. You can miss to the right and still have probably a pretty good putt at the basket, but if you miss to the left, you're in some danger. Drives from Tyler and Brad looked similar out of the hand, but Brad gets a nice little kick off that late tree. Alan showing us if you're going to miss to the player's right. Dutch, a little too much swing on that disc, out way too far to the left. Oh, started to run that one in. Just didn't drop for him. There's Alan now. You can see inside circle 1, even though he's up there in the thick stuff. Drops the birdie in. Tyler making his presence known. And Brad, the leader, the drop-in birdie. Picks up another on Dutch. Now the lead is 2. And we head to the 12th.
Oh, Macbeth, what a shot inbounds. That is a smash.
It just seems like he's willing his way to the top. Your 2022 PDGA World Champion, Paul
The 12th, a 440-foot par 3 down and over the ravine and then back up the steep opposite side. Right around this graphic, 150 feet to the pin. Not a bad point to aim at for the players, although they'd probably hope to get a good little skip up a little further, because if you're by that stump we just flew past, you've got a decent little jump putt opportunity from there. This is a unique line. Oh, nope. He tricked me. You can go down there to the left if you want toward the short pin location and then play up from there. And there were players that did that on purpose. You can see it off to the left of your screen. Most players, though, straight ahead. Brad, content to let it hyzer off into the middle. He'll find a path through those trees. Alan, this looks high and into the canopy. All right. Odd stance. Should be okay, though. And Dutch. So Tyler first to play. That's pretty good. Leaning on the pole. Allen forced to shape something here. Now just needs that to sit. It may have dropped. It's pretty steep right there. We'll see what kind of a view he's got. May only be able to see part of the basket. Dutch up and over. Now Brad's going to go around the outside to the player's left. Here's Allen now, considerably below the basket. Great putt there. Dutch as well. Everybody else in. Just one birdie on the day here at the 12th. That belonged to Chad Hine. Well done, Chad. Lead card pars out, and we head to the 13th. Thirteenth is a par 4, the last one of the day at 640 feet. Out into the open. Everybody get a little sun, a little vitamin D, a little breathing room, and then right back into the woods. Basket precariously perched on this steep little mound. Tyler first to throw. Looks like he wants to go with the big sweeping anhyzer into that gap at the bottom. Needs this disc to pan out. He's up there kind of through the fairway into some open space. Not bad there at all. Brad doesn't like this, but it's not bad. It's just not what he wanted. He'll have a wide open upshot to try to get that birdie. Alan Wagner. Always good when you get the cameraman to say, whoa. That's into the open path. That's actually the path that leads up to the next tee. But it's not a bad place to be. And Dutch going with the forehand. A little tight, though. Tombstone, what would you like on your tombstone? Pepperoni and cheese. That's the challenge coming into this basket, controlling that angle. So Brad's got a long bid for birdie coming his way. Now Dutch got far enough to have an open look at it. Plays it right into the side of the mound. Alan thinking about things from over here. That'll work. And now Tyler. Oh, come on. Eagle from Tyler from up on the hillside, running that back, no doubt about it. Get a different view for you, too, here. From behind. Off the, well, I guess it's not really a band here on these mock baskets, is it? Either way, it counts. Beautiful. Back-to-back run-backs. 50-footer. Brad looks like he can't believe it, but it's in and it counts, and you get to move on, sir. Dutch, high right. Tapping out. Second easiest hole on the course. Played pretty well by the lead card. 2 birdies and an eagle. And to the 14th. 269 feet to par 3. This hole described by players as being a little bit raw, a little newer. Not quite broken in. Some stumps and some other branches and things like that still part of the layout here at the 14th. Just need to mature a little bit, maybe go through a winter. Pretty challenging hole though. Tyler gets what amounts to a pretty good roll there. Open look just outside Circle 1. Brad also. Not a bad kick. Allen up there, he'll have a view of the basket. Now Dutch. Tree and left. Not too far left, though. That'll do. Tyler off the top. Brad. pretty obstructed there. Here's Allen. Allen misses everything. Goes down the hill a bit, so here's the comebacker. Oh. That hurts. The first bogey of the back nine amongst this lead foursome. Quietly, Dutch Napier has slipped back a little bit. So he and Allen will be tied at 27 down. Everybody now chasing Brad Schick, and the number of holes remaining running out.
He's way out of position. Like,
he's gonna have to force it, though.
I don't think he can.
Think it's even possible?
It's in the impossible range.
The way Worlds ended last year, you couldn't have wrote that in a book.
After the initial reaction, I had to process.
If you don't even think it's a sport, watching this moment has to get you pumped up.
He's going to need the shot of the century.
I could sense something was about to happen.
The 15th, 305 feet down the hill, out of bounds all the way up the left-hand side. Fairway sloping not only downhill from tee to basket, but also from left to right. This is a pretty fun hole to throw. Discs that head toward the out of bounds at a shallow angle will often hit something and deflect back inbounds. Things that knife into the out of bounds at a sharper angle, that's a 50-50 proposition. Tyler safely out to the right. Let's see what kind of look Tyler has. Brad not afraid to shape this back toward the OB and gets that fortunate kick. Dutch, that was just inches away from getting around that grouping of trees. Allen, a similar line to Dutch, but a little more speed, does get around the trees. And look at that ground action. Right up to drop-in distance. Brad with the birdie. It's the right thing to do when you've got the lead and only 4 holes remaining in a major championship. So with 3 to play, the lead is 3 over Allen and Tyler. .16th, just 280 feet. This par 3 plays over a couple of different creeks and then up to the steepest green on the property. Most players trying to play a left to right shot up the left side, sort of bend it back to the right here at the basket. There is a right hand option. It's not great, but it's there. We see Brad taking the most commonly used gap, putting that disc inside the circle, although he'll be obviously well below the basket. Same gap for Allen. A little wider, a little too wide. A lot of the trees here on the 16th aren't straight up and down. A lot of bent tree trunks, a lot of diagonals. Love that shot from Tyler. Very controlled. You saw the balance on the follow through. Dutch. Not the first time today he's been a little too wide on those Anheisers, pushing it a little too far left. Counting on the disc to come back to the right. So Dutch will be putting for par now. Oh, off the chains. That'll be bogey for Mr. Napier. Solid birdie, though, for Tyler. And the birdie for our leader, Brad. With that, Tyler moves into solo second. Still 3 behind Brad, making things interesting. 2 holes to go. In these woods, anything can happen. 17th is a 360-foot par 3. Not quite as long as some of the other similar par 3s here on the property. This one allows you to shape a shot from right to left just a little bit. Right here into a pretty open area around the basket. Pretty good drop off though, off to the right. Shot shape wasn't bad. That speed of disc into the ground at that angle, though, pretty big skip off to the player's left. Tyler's got something in his throw a little bit reminiscent of Matt Oram. That very deliberate sort of turn back and then powering through without a whole lot of excess movement. Allen up to circle's edge. And Dutch a little short off that tree kick, so he'll putt first. Big jump putt on line. A little low by the time it got to the basket, though. Now Tyler. Have to throw this out and around one way or the other. Once again, the cameraman with the reaction. Brad playing that safe. Smart golf from Brad. Took a look, sees the lead he's got. Allen probably feels like that was the sound of the door shutting on his championship hopes. And we have just one remaining here for this major championship. The 18th is a 280-foot par 3. Has its dangers, not likely to be triple bogey dangers, though. A straight ahead line directly at the basket or something swinging out over the creek and coming in from left to right. Either will work. Either have scored birdie this week. Brad is looking out to the left, wants to swing this in. What an exclamation point. Wow. Tyler going straight at it up the middle. Little deflection there. Actually, that won't be that bad a putt because he's at the level of the basket. Allen also. Beautiful shot, straight at it. Late tree. Call that circle's edge. Dutch. Very common landing area there. So everybody with a reasonable putt at it. Starting with this one. The most challenging to be sure. It's a way to end a major championship. Tyler Horne will finish in second place. Dutch just off the basket. Kind of the story of Dutch's day. Good job for Allen there. Allen, every time it seems I'm at an event where Allen is, he's always in the hunt. Same thing with Dutch. And your National Masters champion, it's Brad Schick at 33 under par. We'll see if anybody from a chase card made any noise. Matthew Blakely and Kevin McCoy both playing themselves to a top 5 finish. Well done. Brad Schick, Tyler Horne, and Alan Wagner on the podium here at the 2022 PDGA Tim Selinske U.S. Masters Championships. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're following the PDGA right here on YouTube for more coverage of all PDGA majors.